The cold has arrived in the Hudson Valley, and it's pure tropical madness. Palms to cover, figs to cut, and let's just say the PVC experiment didn't exactly go as planned. And yes, the all-new All My Palm Trees episode. Absolute chaos. Hi everyone, it's Tim. The sun is coming up. It is cold out here. This is a crazy week, as always, trying to get everything done in the garden, and I want to take you on this journey. I've got palm trees to cover. I've got a PVC failure going on this week. It's such a mess. I have to correct that. My soap opera is really funny this week, and I'm struggling with some of the things I've already covered in that the lights are not coming on. So it's just a lot of stuff. It's a busy week. I hope all of your gardens are going really well and you're getting everything done for winter. And I know I do have a few people below the equator who are watching, who are getting ready for spring and summer, and I'm very jealous of you, and I don't want to leave you out. But yes, it feels like winter is on its way finally here. We've had some nice warm days, but the nights are getting cooler and cooler and cooler. And yeah, I haven't really put all the tropicals inside in their permanent place yet. And I'm looking at everything on here on the deck as always and going, I've got a lot to do. But yeah, there's a little frost this morning even out here. We haven't had a lot of frost, and I still have Musa Basjoo in the garden. They're still going. It's just, yeah, I'm ahead in many ways I almost said spring, this fall, winter, and in some ways I'm behind, but I'm hoping to get a lot done, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and please leave comments. It's so fun corresponding with all of you. I have a great time hearing what's going on in your garden, and a lot of you give me really good advice, and I really appreciate that, because even in this video, I'm taking some advice from Jose on how to secure some palm trees. So actually my agaves I'm doing on that one. So yeah, lots of stuff. Please watch. Finally getting this agave Americana in the house. Finishing up the Washingtonia Robusta. Adding some more lights and putting the temperature controller on and making sure that everything is sealed up, even though there is bird damage from last year, and I'm correcting that on the inside, and I need to spray foam on the outside. And here you can see the controller, and I have it set to come on if it drops below a certain temperature. And even though I didn't hover it over it, you can see where I put some foam board on the inside there to cover up the hole from the birds that damaged the outside. And there is Jesus putting the final touches on that one. Finally, the big, gigantic Washingtonia Robusta is getting covered up. And here is the view from up on the ladder. That is the moisture barrier there, and looking down into the plant and across the pool there. And now Jesus is back up on the ladder, putting the roof on. Almost done with this one, which is a feat in and of itself, because it is quite tall, as you can see here in this video. It is the weekend, and I am still going at it by myself now. I am tackling my Chilean wine palm. I'm doing this section in two sections here because I need to be able to open it. I still haven't covered the tree ferns. This tree fern needs to go inside, and setes are still out, but I wanted to show what I did over here. On the Chilean wine palm, it's basically ready for the roof, which I have done, and this side. I pieced together over here mainly because I had extra old foam board, and also I want to be able to take this top, not the top, but the next to the top piece out to ventilate it during the day. And if it gets to be too much of a struggle because it is up high, and that's the preferred place, but if I just don't feel like doing it, I could take out one of these panels here and make it easy on myself. But yeah, because there's so much light coming in, it does heat up in the day quite a bit. Now that I've added 2 more feet, that'll be interesting to see if it heats up more or heats up less. I don't know. It's a really pretty evening out, but I have to go deal with ground hornets or yellow jackets. So Friday, after I had already loaded last week's video, Jesus was working on the bananas over here and helping me dig up the incentes. And we discovered, well, poor Jesus discovered, that there is a ground hornet nest or a yellow jacket nest almost beside that far left one over here. So I'm gonna get in there and spray. Now, normally if it was a middle of summer and a really active hive, I would put on my bee suit because I used to have bees and do this. But I think because it's cooler and darker that I can get away with just spraying them right now. And I don't have on my bee suit, so hopefully I will not get stung. And I just want to point out, because we haven't really had a frost, this ricin, the castor beans, I might get some seed out of them. They're still a little soft. And of course, Monday night we're supposed to have a big frost, so we will see if that is possible. So I'm gonna crawl in here and see if I can get at these hornets. I'm not gonna hold the camera while I'm doing this, so I will just have to relate the outcome of this. So I think I found the hole. So the incentes that Jesus was cutting back and trying to dig out is right there. And then over here is the hole. And you can see the hornets trying to go in. And I sprayed them pretty good, but I just wanted to show you. There they are. And the hole's pretty deep. That's why these things are so crazy. And you're weeding and you just don't know they're there, but it's like some of them are coming out, but they don't look very happy and they look a little like they're dying, so that's good. I guess the spray worked. I don't like killing things, but these things are so dangerous and mean. If we really are going to drop below freezing, this might be the last evening to see the bananas because tomorrow night's supposed to rain. But yeah, I'm going to miss having this canopy of green out here. And I am going to chop back the pomegranate a little bit to make it a little bit more manageable. But yes, bananas, even over here. I love all this green from my deck on this really pretty evening. But yes, they will be gone soon, but at least I've had some nice warm weather in November, so that's really helping. I am on my way to Home Depot to get foam board, as always, but I thought the leaves looked really pretty on the way, so I just thought I would share a little bit of that. This is not traditional foam board. It's more of a styrofoam board, and it's much, much cheaper, and I think I'm going to try it out because it's inexpensive, it's lightweight, and for what I'm going to use it for, I think it will work. This is a van I had to rent to get it home, but let's see what happens with this. I think it will work. I am out here today doing my Mediterranean fan palm. So I have the moisture barrier on right here. I'm going to put the front on. I've got the temperature gauge down there. I have more than enough lights. I'm going to put the front on and the top on, And I'm by myself today here. Jesus, it's Sunday, so Jesus is not helping me right now. And I want to get that done and a couple other things today so that tomorrow, the big freeze is tomorrow night, so hopefully Jesus and I will get things accomplished. The roof is on the Mediterranean fan palm, and it looks like it might rain, so I'm glad I'm getting things done here today on Sunday. I am closing up the Ponderosa lemon today. This is the makeshift structure that had so many different pieces on it, and it does have a little plastic top too that this part comes off so I can ventilate in there, but I am hoping it will be happy in here for the winter. It's its first winter outside. Definitely needs to be outside, and this was just thrown together, so if it grows a lot I will build it a new one. One last look at the Chilean wine palm hybrid, and I'm going to cut off this one branch down here, this frond. And what's interesting is I've had this for several years, and I don't think I've ever cut off a branch on this, even when it came in the mail. I haven't cut anything off, so that's going to be the first one, just that one. That's the only one I'm cutting off. And now it is boxed in for the winter. So I can breathe a sigh of relief, I think, unless something goes wrong, which is always possible. And then I have to open it up and mess with it. And that happens a lot because sometimes the lights aren't coming on or something. Plumeria is still blooming. Jade plants are blooming. They bloom really well if you put them outside in the summer. Normally they bloom a little bit later in the winter, but right now they are blooming and I think they look great. These all came from one plant many years ago, and I just keep dividing it and they break off, and then I put it in soil. Really easy plant. It is the Monday of the supposed big freeze, and I got a little panicked last week because they were predicting 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about almost -3 Celsius. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is finally going to be the big freeze here, and like gloom and doom predictions. And I wake up this morning and the prediction for tonight is 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32. That is not so bad. I don't trust the weather so much in the US right now. So I'm going to prepare for like 30 degrees, 0 Celsius, but my panic is over with. Now I say that, and tomorrow morning I'll wake up and it'll be like -3 Celsius or 27 degrees. But I really do think I'm in the clear. It has rained out here. It's really wet, and maybe that will add to the frost. So maybe we will finally get frost here. I'm looking at the bananas right now and they are still going strong except for the ones I've cut down. I've got some things to do today to close things up, and I'm moving plants around inside, but fingers crossed that I'm not videoing out here tomorrow morning going, oh my gosh, it was so much worse. And it's so funny because my parents live in Atlanta, and they are having like almost -4 Celsius tonight, which is so weird because they're so much farther south, and they're like zone 8B, and I'm up here in 6B, and I'm having better temperatures tonight than they are. So anyway, my dad has a palm tree and he's actually covering it tonight. It's a Trachycarpus. I said, you really don't need to cover it, but he was a little panicked about it. I'll try to put a picture right here of what he did. I'm really not sure what kind of covering this is. He's not doing any heat, but I'll have to question him today. He sent me that last night. My Lotus is looking really sad. It is not enjoying being indoors, and I put some down in the koi pond, but I'm going to put more because I think it's the indoor koi pond, because I just don't think it's going to last up here. So yeah, maybe overwintering Lotus inside is not so easy, but if I have it under grow lights downstairs with the koi, maybe that will work. These are all baby Mediterranean fan palms and a few old man palms. I think on the right there, I've got them labeled. But I am spraying with neem oil because for some reason, the mealy bugs love these baby palm trees, even though they've been outside almost the whole time. But I'm bringing them in today, so I'm spraying them down. I hate mealy bugs, hate. So the PVC experiment continues on. And what I found is if I actually drill the hole through to the PVC first and then put the screw in, it's much easier, even though these are self-locking screws. And I am still thinking a wood structure is easier in the long run, but this is so lightweight. And maybe in the spring when I discover how easy it is to store, I will feel like, oh yeah, I love this. But we will see, because right now it's going together a little faster than I thought it would. So that's good. And that's my tequila agave in there. So high drama. The PVC around the agaves was going really well, I thought. And then it just kind of disintegrated. It's too hard to screw in. It's too hard to line up the screws. And I am throwing in the towel. It's too hard. It's such a great idea. It would be so lightweight. And I am on the way to Home Depot to buy some wood because I give up. Sometimes your experiment, you just have to throw in the towel. It's just too hard. I realized I was spending so much time on these screws, and if I did it in wood, I would have been done in 2 seconds. And so now I am running to the store to get more wood. I don't like admitting defeat, but I admit defeat on the PVC structures. I still am using them for the trachycarpus. That's a completely different situation, different screws. There's no foam board involved, and I'll be showing closer to Thanksgiving unless I get way ahead of schedule. So I'm not scrapping that, but foam board and PVC, I'm saying a big no to. It just is too hard at the moment. Nice idea. This is me driving with wood. I guess it was a little too big. It just barely fit in this car, so I've got it almost over the steering wheel. And I'm in the Honda CR-V, not my normal car. My wood stacking method just barely fit in this car. It's raining and I'm doing a mad dash to get things inside, even though I know it's not going to be really that cold tonight. But I just worry if it is a little too cold, I'm going to regret it. So I'm just going to do it and get it done. It is pouring down rain out here. I'm soaking wet. Jesus is soaking wet. We're dying, but we've got everything plugged in. The bananas behind us, the red ones, are still not in, but they'll just have to make it through the night and we'll get them tomorrow. So much fun in the garden today, and it's cold. Well, it's 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't really see frost, but there's a little water on the table that is frozen. So it's definitely cold enough to probably affect the bananas. And I can already see on the red bananas. Maybe not. When the sun comes out, we'll really see if it affected them, but definitely need to bring those in. And I know some of my temperature sensor things came on just fine last night. You can see the Ponderosa lemon down there. The lights are on at the moment, but some did not come on. And I need to figure out why they did not come on, but luckily it wasn't very cold, so I'm not that worried about it. Pretty morning though. The new and improved wooden agave protection covers are almost complete. We did this one. We're doing a taller one for the tequila agave because we miscalculated on that. And now the bananas are looking a little rough out here. But they survived. I think they would be okay. I need to get them inside. That's not going to happen today. And the Musa Basjoo, I think, look pretty good. They barely look affected from that cold. So I think they're in good shape. And I am following Jose in New Jersey, who has his own tropical YouTube channel. He drills holes in his structures and puts rebar through. So I am following you on that, Jose, because I think I want these to stay in place, and I have the rebar from the PVC. Here are the old PVC structures that are going away. Let's say goodbye to the PVC experiment. It was a good idea. It really was. And now look at the wood structure over. I'm feeling much, much better about these all the way around. They're sturdier. It's better. It's going to be so easy. And you can see Jesus is putting the rebar into the holes that we drilled in. So it's going to be very, very secure out here. And yes, this is an experiment because I've never overwintered agaves outside. Here's the tequila blue agave, and we made this much taller than the PVC one because we realized we made it too small last time, so this is much better. Taking a little break to pick the dragon fruit off my dragon fruit plant that I grew from seed that I got the fruit from the grocery store. So this is pretty fantastic. I think it looks really cool. Agave Americana is now in its box, new box, and set up for winter here. And now we are cutting some more foam board for the tequila agave. And it is now going up around this. So much easier. And here you can see, basically, it is done. I still feel sad about the PVC, but this was so much easier and took far less time. While we were doing this, we looked up and a large hawk had a dead squirrel that it was eating. I think it killed it, but yeah, wildlife is watching us as we cover the agave. Always interesting. And it is snowing. Not a lot, but in fact, it's just flurries, but you can see across the river, it's a little bit of some flurries. Crazy. But thank goodness it's going to warm up toward the end of the week. I'm not ready for all this cold yet. So, one of the people that came to my garden tour this past summer, his name's John, and he lives across the Hudson River in Beacon, and he said he has over 40 varieties of figs and offered up some fig cuttings. And he has called me up and said he has some for me now, just what I need, some more figs. But he has a lot of early ripening figs, which I don't have. I have the hardiest figs, the brown turkey figs, and I would love to have some different varieties. So I am on my way over to his house to see what he's got to give me. So this could be really fun. He has so many fig trees, and they're all labeled. He is so organized, unlike myself, and so he has all of these. They're not in the ground, but he allows them to root through to the ground so that they stay secure and don't tip over. But then he has to move these inside because they won't make it through the winter out here without protection. But he has so many, and he has an amazing view of the Hudson River from the other side of the river. And now I have a bag full of fig cuttings, and I'm trying the new method that John told me to do. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and do nothing with them until spring, and then put them in dirt to root, and then I don't have to worry about them over the winter. Perfect. Cutting open the dragon fruit, and it is such an interesting fruit, and you can see all the little seeds there, and it was really good. A lot of the plants are still on the patio. I keep bringing them out during the day because it's really not that cold during the day. It's just a few chilly temperatures at night. You can see the red bananas are gone. I still have to deal with more. The Musa Basjoo and Trachycarpus are still waiting. Inside, the Bougainvillea is blooming really, really nice. This will go in the ground next year outside. I thought this might be interesting for some of you. This is Martha Stewart's estate. On my right here, she owns a gigantic amount of land in Washingtonia, New York. And usually there's cars behind me. I work very close to here, but up here, you can see in a second here, she's got these massive greenhouses, which I am so jealous of. There they are there. Beautiful greenhouses, beautiful estate. Beautiful gardens that you can see from the road, sort of. And I have never seen her out there, but I just would love to go on that estate. It's one of my dreams to see Martha Stewart's estate in beautiful Washingtonia, New York. I follow her head gardener on Instagram and see what he's up to, but I'm always jealous of the fact that he gets to be around so many beautiful plants. It's a very beautiful town in New York State. Here is the Chilean wine palm hybrid at night. You can see the lights are on. I still need to put some dirt around it because you can see light coming through the bottom, and on the side because it's not completely closed up. The palms are all covered now, put away like a witness protection victim. I used to check the fronds, the growth. Now I just check the thermostat.
I get so bored with nothing to do now.
Some people get winter depression. I get tropical dormancy disorder. It's at these times I wander the hallways of my mansion and think I could be somewhere tropical right now. I could think about someplace different.
I could escape to Mexico for the winter.
Oh, if only I could be there now. But my palm trees still need me here. They're not ready for me to go away. But perhaps, maybe I should do something different. Like, I don't know, something easy, like be a Broadway star.
Could star in Love Boat the musical. It's glowing, it's blinding, it's calling your name. The Love Boat is calling you.
Oh, but that would be so trying, having to go into the city every night. Oh, you know, I go in for dinner and fans and things like that, but every night I would have to have at least 7 understudies just to take over my role. I think I could do once a week. That might be, if I had a helicopter to take me in. Maybe a celebrity in Florida. What could I do in Florida? Something fun, something exciting.
I've always dreamed of being an alligator trainer in Florida. Forget Chris Gillette.
As much as I would love to be a gator king, I think the water's just a little too dirty for me. I have to think of something else. I think I know the answer. Motivational speaker and life coach. So many people are looking to me to guide their life, their plants, their relationships.
Palm can thrive in Zone 6B, so can you. Repeat after me. I am hardy, I am fabulous, I am frost resistant. I am hardy. I am fabulous. Give yourself.
Feels like we can take on the world right now.
Ready for the chance?
Yeah, let's do it.
I am fabulous. I am frost resistant.
And so, folks, that is really my true calling, to help others, to teach them about the ways of a celebrity.
When I'm acting, I am drinking.
Cut.
When I'm done with work, I need more than a drink. I need river gin.